Hi everyone, welcome to today's presentation, where we're going to talk about something that every business owner needs to know, how long it actually takes to get business funding in the UK. If you've ever wondered why some businesses get funded in days while others wait months, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Here's the truth that might surprise you. Funding timelines in the UK vary dramatically. We're talking anywhere from 24 hours for some options, all the way up to 6 months or more for others. Understanding these differences is absolutely crucial for planning your business financing strategy. So, what affects how long it takes? First, the type of funding you're applying for makes a massive difference. Second, the lender you choose matters. Traditional banks operate very differently from alternative lenders. Third, how complete your application is can make or break your timeline. Missing just one document can add weeks to the process. Your business profile matters too. Established businesses with solid track records generally get faster approvals. And finally, the loan amount plays a role. The larger the sum you're requesting, the more extensive the due diligence required. Let's start with the speediest options available. If you need money urgently, these are your go-to solutions. First up, merchant cash advances. These can be approved in as little as 24 to 48 hours. They require minimal paperwork and focus mainly on your card sales. They're perfect for retail and hospitality businesses that process a lot of card transactions. Next, invoice financing. This is another quick option, typically taking 24 to 72 hours. If you're a B2B business with outstanding invoices from creditworthy customers, you can unlock that cash almost immediately. And third, online business loans. These usually take between 3 and 7 days. The application is digital, the decision making is automated, and they're ideal for businesses needing smaller amounts quickly. Now, here's the important part. These options prioritize speed, but they often come with higher costs. They're ideal for urgent cash flow needs or time-sensitive opportunities, but you'll pay for that convenience. Moving to the middle ground, we have options that take between 2 and 6 weeks. These generally offer better rates but require more patience. Traditional bank loans typically take 3 to 6 weeks. The process involves application review, credit checks, business analysis, underwriting, and finally approval. You'll need comprehensive financials, a solid business plan, and often collateral. Asset finance usually takes 2 to 4 weeks. This involves valuing the asset you're financing, checking creditworthiness, handling documentation, and getting approval. Business credit cards are quicker at 1 to 2 weeks. The process is straightforward: application, credit assessment, and approval. And business overdrafts take about 2 to 3 weeks. Your bank will review your account, assess your credit, and determine your limit. Now let's talk about the options that require real patience, 6 weeks to 6 months, or even longer. British business bank loans take 6 to 12 weeks. Why? Because these government-backed schemes require extensive vetting, multiple approval layers, and detailed eligibility checks. Commercial property loans are even slower, at 8 to 16 weeks. You're looking at property surveys, legal searches, valuation reports, and extensive due diligence. Venture capital? That's a 3 to 6 month process. You'll go through multiple pitch rounds, extensive due diligence, term sheet negotiations, and complex legal processes. And startup loans take 6 to 10 weeks because they involve business plan reviews, mentoring assignments, training requirements, and thorough assessments, especially important for new businesses without a track record. Let's break down what actually happens during the application process so you understand where all this time goes. In the preparation phase, you're looking at 1 to 2 weeks gathering financial documents, 2 to 3 days researching and comparing lenders, 3 to 5 days preparing your business plan and projections, and 1 to 2 days completing application forms. My tip? Start this preparation early to avoid delays later. Then comes the processing phase. Initial review and credit checks take 2 to 5 days. Underwriting and risk assessment take 1 to 2 weeks. If they need additional information, that's another 3 to 7 days. Final approval and legal documentation take 5 to 10 days. And then fund disbursement after signing takes another 2 to 5 days. Here's a pro tip that can save you massive amounts of time. Having all your documents ready before you apply can cut the overall timeline by 30 to 50%. Incomplete applications are the single biggest cause of delays. So what documents do you actually need? Let me give you the complete checklist. For financial documents, you need 2 to 3 years of accounts, tax returns, bank statements covering 6 to 12 months, profit and loss statements, balance sheets, and cash flow forecasts. For business information, prepare your business plan, company registration documents, proof of your trading address, details of all directors and shareholders, and your articles of association. Personal information includes proof of identity for all directors, proof of address, personal bank statements, credit history consent, and personal guarantee forms. And for loan-specific details, clearly state the purpose of funding, the amount requested, your repayment plan, collateral details if applicable, asset valuations, and customer invoices if relevant. Having these documents organized and ready to submit can literally reduce your funding timeline by several weeks. Don't underestimate this step. Let's talk about what goes wrong and how to prevent it. Incomplete applications add 1 to 3 weeks. The solution? Use a checklist, double-check all requirements, and submit everything up front. Poor credit history can add 2 to 4 weeks. Check your credit reports early, correct any errors, and provide clear explanations for any issues. Valuation issues add 2 to 6 weeks. Get an independent valuation beforehand and have realistic expectations about your assets' worth. Slow communication adds 1 to 2 weeks. Respond to any queries within 24 hours and be proactive with updates. Legal complications can add 3 to 8 weeks. Engage a solicitor early, review terms carefully, and resolve any disputes quickly. And a complex business structure adds 2 to 4 weeks. Provide clear organizational charts and explain your ownership structure upfront to avoid confusion. Here's something crucial you need to understand. There's always a trade-off between speed and cost. Generally speaking, faster funding comes at a higher price. Let me break down the numbers. Fast funding options, those 24-hour to 1-week turnarounds, typically come with APRs between 30 and 80%. You'll also face higher arrangement fees. The trade-off is speed and convenience. These are best when you have an urgent opportunity or genuine emergency. Slower funding options, those taking 6 weeks or more, typically offer APRs between 4 and 12% with much lower overall costs. The trade-off is that you need patience, but these are best when you're planning ahead and especially for larger amounts. Here's a strategic tip. If you can plan 3 to 6 months ahead, you'll typically save thousands in interest and fees by choosing the slower, traditional options. Time really is money in this case. Let's wrap this up with the essential points you need to remember. First, always budget 3 times the minimum timeline. Allow extra time for unexpected delays. They happen more often than you think. Second, remember that fast isn't always best. Consider the total cost, not just the speed of approval. Third, preparation is everything. 80% of delays come from incomplete applications. This is entirely within your control. Fourth, consider applying to 2 or 3 lenders simultaneously to hedge your bets and increase your chances. Now, if you're looking for a streamlined way to access business funding quickly without the usual headaches, I recommend checking out Funding Agent. We specialize in connecting UK businesses with the right funding sources fast, helping you navigate all these options and timelines we've discussed. Whether you need funding in days or you're planning for a larger, longer-term loan, Funding Agent can be your go-to resource for getting business loans efficiently. Here's your action plan moving forward. Assess how urgently you really need the funds. Start gathering your documents today, not when you're ready to apply. Build relationships with lenders before you actually need funding. Work on improving both your business and personal credit scores right now. And most importantly, start the funding process 2 to 3 months before you actually need the money. Plan ahead, prepare well, and you'll be in the best position to secure the funding your business needs. Thanks for watching and best of luck with your funding journey.